Shaping Agriculture for a Green Economy was the theme for this year's Agri-Month observance, which drew to a close on October 31. This reflects the government's advocacy for shaping a green economy to guarantee that sustainable development is synonymous with national development. On this InfoHub Extended, we highlight two recent projects that achieve this goal. First, we start with the commissioning of a new pump station at Three Friends Village on the Essequibo coast that will reduce the vulnerability in the agri-sector. The government's commitment to irrigation and flood management was reiterated on October 29 as the Ministry of Agriculture, through the National Drainage and Irrigation Authority, commissioned the pump at Three Friends Village on the Essequibo coast. Minister of Agriculture Noel Holder told residents of the community that emphasis has been placed on water and flood risk management.
The Ministry of Agriculture, through the National Drainage and Irrigation Authority, has been concentrating on water management as a critical area of focus since the vast majority of the country's agriculture is practiced in the low-lying regions 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6.
The Agri-Minister noted that climate change can negatively impact the drainage coefficient and, as a result, Guyana's economy.
Climate change is likely to cause extensive and chronic flooding, the inundation of valuable agricultural land, and loss of crops caused by increased frequency of heavy rain. These, when compounded by rising sea levels, which will have a negative effect on our drainage coefficient, could have a negative impact on Guyanese's economy. Indeed, even in dry seasons, we are still faced with some occurrences of heavy rainfall that can cause flash floods in many high-risk areas. Therefore, we need to be able to mitigate these climate changes where our water resources and management is concerned.
Minister Holder remarked that the pump station at Three Friends Village was strategically placed to ensure a reduction in flooding. The Agriculture Minister affirmed government's plans to reduce the vulnerability of citizens. He explained that plans are in place to build more relief channels and sluices.
As a government, we plan to repair and dredge canals and drainage systems to reduce any vulnerability of our agricultural system due to flooding. As part of our agriculture disaster risk management plan, we will build more relief channels, more sluices to release water into the oceans and rivers, continue to install more pumps to complement the sluices, and increase the holding capacity of water conservancies.
Chief Executive Officer of NDIA, Frederick Flatts, in brief remarks, stated that all works were done to ensure the effectiveness of the new facility.
Here we have two 120 cubic pumps. Of course, they're driven by engines. Years ago, it used to be electrical pumps. We've also constructed an all-weather road across there. So those of you who came through this bad access want to see across there, we have an all-weather road. We have also cleaned out this drain, cleaned under the bridge, and we've done everything possible to ensure that this pump would make a lot of difference to persons within this drainage catchment.
Flatts also said the NDIA is continuously working on the development of the country's drainage systems.
The NDIA continues to work for the development of drainage and irrigation throughout the country. This year, we have signed contracts for a number of pumps to be supplied throughout this country.
The NDIA head explained that over the last few years, several pumps have been commissioned throughout the country.
Within the last few years, we've constructed a number of pump stations throughout this country. In Region 3, we've constructed pump stations at Potentia, Windsor Forest, Canal Number 1. Region 5, pump station at Trafalgar. Region 6, pump stations at Gangaram, Evesham, Joppa, and Bengal, and, well, here in this region, Lima. The question may be asked, why are we building so many pump stations? It's because in these areas, the drainage coefficient is low, as a matter of fact, throughout the coastland. To increase the drainage coefficient, we are constructing pump stations, which will help us to discharge additional volumes of water within 24 hours.
Regional Chairman Region 2 Devanand Ramdat expressed his satisfaction with the installation of the pump station and urged residents to maintain its upkeep.
Well, we also hope, as an RDC and as a people, that this project would have met the specs, the contractual obligations, and the design, and so the intended objectives set out, that we can achieve that. I want to say, too, that we will have to work collaboratively at the RDC level and with NDIA and other stakeholders to ensure that we have proper maintenance of this project, that we do other works to complement this project.
Residents from surrounding communities expressed their gratitude for the pump station.
Well, this pump is a great improvement because I'm working a 5-acre ratio that will start back down. When the rainy season comes, sometimes for weeks when we try, sometimes for weeks we not see the paddy. And I'm very glad about this pump here today.
I think this pump will do a lot, help me a lot, because for the past many years now, as soon as rainfall, me backyard flood and my fowl pen flood. So I think this is a good work they did here.
Well, this pump will assist the rice farmer in this region a lot. Especially the close by area like for Virginia to get Columbia area.
The facility was commissioned at a cost of $103 million and includes the construction of 2 metal pump houses, 2 thrash racks, 2 fuel tanks, an operator's road, and a vehicle. The pump stations will benefit some 3,000 acres of cash crops and rice.
Specifically, some 3,500 acres of predominantly rice and cash crops will benefit with other commercial undertakings. That is about 230 rice farmers and about 200 cash crop farmers will benefit directly. And the system will also indirectly benefit 283 rice farmers linked to this network. It was recognized that during periods of heavy rainfall, approximately 1,100 acres will be severely flooded, causing losses to crops and in some cases property. The gravity drainage available in this location is not sufficient to reduce the level of water in a timely manner, thereby causing flooding in these areas. The installation of this pump will be effective in reducing flooding. Also, as you've been told, due to the heavy siltation in the outfall channels, the pump will also assist in clearing the outfall channel. That is, the pump's discharge capacity of 240 cubic feet of water per second will assist in the clearing of sediment that causes blockage of the outfall.
Minister Holder reiterated that the ministry is continuously working towards enhancing the drainage and irrigation system of Guyana.
The Ministry of Agriculture, through the National Drainage and Irrigation Authority, will implement aggressive plans for upgrading and rehabilitating drainage and irrigation infrastructure to all regions of Guyana to ensure optimum capacity in drainage and irrigation systems. In 2019, as you have heard, under the India line of credit, 7 fixed pump stations and 3 mobile pumps for the sum of $3.6 million will be implemented. That is a 17% increase in pumping capacity throughout the country from the acquisition of an additional 12 pumps over the next 2 years.
Continuing the Agriculture Month celebration, the Wawetta Women's Agro-Processors Group has officially dedicated their farine processing factory in the North Rupununi Region 9.
The Wawetta Farine Factory project started in 2015 and was funded by the Canadian government with support from the Government of Guyana, ICCA, and Conservation International. It was executed under the title, Empowering the Women of Wawetta to Mitigate Threats of Flood Security Resulting from Drought, Flooding, Wildfire, and Extreme Climate Change. Speaking at the dedication ceremony, Minister of Indigenous Peoples Affairs Sydney Alicock said the community of Wowetta is leading the way in women's empowerment in the Rupununi region.
And I would like to particularly commend the women of Wowetta, women power, and you're leading in this for our region. It means therefore that the other communities do not have to reinvent the wheel. We just learn from an example that is here today.
Minister Alicock said that the project goes hand in hand with the government's vision of creating a green economy by empowering the people at the local village level.
As you know, we have embarked upon, this is the government, have embarked upon a green state through a green economy. And the green doesn't mean the color green alone. It means renewable energy. It means empowerment in the hands of the people. You, the people. You know what your needs are. We are only supporters to those needs that we believe can work. And that is why we in the coalition would be working closely together. And I can tell you that we have a Minister of Agriculture. I don't know how he does it. Maybe he found something in the many products that he's using. But he's across this country. I've been able to join him at a few. This is one of them. But he has been across promoting agriculture, food security.
Agriculture Minister Noel Holder underscored the importance of adding value to their products. He assured the women's group that the Guyana Marketing Corporation will purchase their produce.
As you know, securing markets for the surplus is important. I therefore undertake to reassure you that the Guyana Marketing Corporation will continue along the lines of the Marina Fiesta of 2017 to spread awareness of the uses of chlorine with the aim to generate greater demand. I must note your farine is in the Guyana shop and the Guyana shop corners around the country. And I look forward to seeing more high-value products coming out of the region.
Minister Holder said the contribution of the agriculture sector to the reduction of poverty and enhancement of food security can be undermined by both obvious and less visible disasters due to flooding and drought.
Therefore, we are tasked with attaining more resilient food systems. To achieve this, we need to foster the development of those systems which are designed to reduce disaster risk, such as this marine processing facility with a stocking capacity of 10,000 tons. More so, adding value to our fresh commodities was an important piece for development aspirations for the sector and the country.
Janine Cocker, Councillor, Development Cooperation Global Affairs Canada, said her government is pleased to be associated with such a project that is aimed at securing livelihood options for the people.
Today, we're here to celebrate this project, and the Government of Canada is very, very proud to be associated with this project that has transformed livelihoods and has provided a sustainable economic foundation, not only for the workers at the factory, but the village and the immediate environs as well. I'm really proud that through this fund, we've increased the capacity of regional organizations, national governments, and local communities to respond to and manage natural disasters that have such devastating impact on people. And it's often, as we see from this project, the work at the community level that can have the most impact, because it's the community that knows who is vulnerable and what needs to happen to make them not vulnerable. Additionally, Canada recognizes that women and girls can be a very, very powerful agents of change, and their involvement is critical to building resilient communities.
Chairperson of the Wowetta Women's Group, Priscilla Torres, said the factory is a significant achievement for the village.
In 2008, we had a meeting with the village council where we wanted to see how best we could create something for the women of Wowetta, because during that time we had a lot of women that was actually migrated to Brazil in search of jobs. It was really difficult for us at that time to convince the people within this community to actually see that we can do something as women of this community. And indeed, for now, as we sit here, we can see that our dreams has come true.
The project has thus far provided jobs for some 21 women in the village who benefited from training in business management, food handlers, customer care, and maintenance. The business is registered and was certified by the Food and Drug Department of the Ministry of Public Health.
This brings us to the end of this program of InfoHub Extended, where we highlighted two major achievements by the government through the Ministry of Agriculture. Thanks for watching. Join us again next time.